Hey guys, it's Missy Wolf, and I'm here with the amazing Maddy Newton. How are you today?
Hi, I'm good. How are you, Missy?
I'm doing well. I have to tell you, the way that I was introduced to you was so different than normal, and it was so much fun that I've been sharing you around like crazy. I was introduced to you through your video, Not a Hipster. Oh my gosh. I just have to say that. So that was like my first impression of you. You are so funny and so cute and so talented. And I just have to know what was going on with your thought. Did you write that? And what was your initial feeling with that song?
Oh my gosh! First of all, you're so sweet and lovely to meet you. I did write that. So I am in Nashville, Tennessee, and I am surrounded by my closest friends, love them to death. Mm-hmm. Some of them are just major hipsters, and it's great because this is just full of Nashville. And so I was just laying in bed one night, and I was just thinking about all of these people and kind of the similarities between everyone. And I just started writing things down on my phone, and I had this melody in my head. And so it was kind of a joke. I was just putting it down on paper. So I just wrote it myself, and it was a joke, but I was like, hey, this is kind of funny. I did it for my friends, and they were like, you should just do a video just because. And so I pulled a bunch of friends in, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Well, it was great because I feel like that video, when I first saw you, I felt like that was your personality, and you were just super fun and super cute and easygoing, and I just thought, you know what, this is just a great, great video, and I absolutely loved it. In fact, I have to tell you that we shared it with some people at Aristo PR because we loved it so much. We were at CMA Fest. Were you at CMA Fest, by the way?
I was walking around one of the days, yeah.
Oh, I wish I would have known. I'd have totally loved to meet, because I'm in California. So, but I was there for.
And you were here.
Yeah, I was there the whole week. We were doing so many interviews with a lot of the artists that are played on the Iceman's radio show, and he did this big, huge event within CMA Fest, and he let 150 acts play for free, which is great because independent artists a lot of times are asked to pay to play. And so we were there covering this show at Alley Taps, and it was their first few days open as well, and it was so much fun. But that's where we were watching your video the entire time we were there. We shared it with so many people. It was great, but you really are so much fun and so talented, and then it's so different than your song What Was I Thinking, which is very poppy and fun, and at some point in that song you remind me so much of Taylor Swift, and I'm like, wow. So you definitely have some crossover talents that I think are great. You could do anything.
Well, wow. First of all, thank you for sharing everything.
No problem.
Thank you for sharing it. I really appreciate that. I listen to so many different types of music, and I feel like I get inspired by different things. And I'm really quirky myself, as you can probably tell in the hipster video. So in the music that I'm creating right now, it all kind of has different personalities to it, but it's still cohesive in my writing style and my voice and everything. So I don't know. I want to keep it real and not try to be any cooler than I am, because I'm just weird and whatever, but I try to embrace it.
You know what? I always tell people that you just got to embrace the crazy, embrace the weird. That's totally
Absolutely.
Me too. I love it. And in fact, one of my interviews at CMA Fest, I had just had this giant cupcake, and I went on this total sugar high, and I was like, all right, I normally keep it real and we don't edit anything. And that poor interview is going to have to be edited because I went a little off the deep end with it, and it was kind of funny. But I'm glad to know that I'm not the only one out there who has some quirkiness to her. So no, but you're absolutely so much fun to watch, and you do these videos on YouTube, and it's not just about your music. You talk about things that completely remind me of what I deal with at home with my daughter, right? I mean, she loves, watching Netflix shows, and, her big one right now is Friends, and you were talking about Gilmore Girls, and,
Yeah.
It's just really fun that you connect with your audience, you connect with your fans, and you tell them what you're doing and what your favorite things are, and you give them hints on, makeup and different products that are available. What got you started doing that?
Well, actually, I was introduced to the YouTube world when I was 14, and I was interesting to watch at that time. I don't know how anybody did, but I started doing beauty videos and just I would do makeup tutorials and review makeup products. I would do hauls, which are like talking about the makeup that I bought, because for whatever reason I wanted to invest my money in makeup at the time.
Right.
And I just started doing YouTube videos that way, and I had, I think, 3,000 subscribers before I did music and before I incorporated that into it. So there was already a bit of an audience that knew me as one thing, and then I had already been doing music, but I didn't put that on YouTube because at the time there wasn't as much of that going on. So I started doing that, and then I didn't want to get rid of that other part, so I kind of just incorporated everything, and I just want to be as real as who I am and like every part of me. It's not just music, because I think there's a lot of wonderfully talented people out there, and so I'm just trying to hope to relate to people in other ways than just through my music.
Well, I definitely think you do that, and it's fun because, like you said, you want to be real. It definitely comes across in your videos, and I was watching some of them, and I'm like, this is great. She's giving her opinions. She's sharing things. And, when you think about it in the real world, like when somebody says, hey, I love that dress, where'd you get it? Do you even think twice? You tell them where you got it, right? So, and, especially like for me, when I get something on sale, I love to share that with people. And the fact that you get to review these products and tell people what you like and why you like them, and you're just so fun and uplifting, and just everything about those videos I think is just really great. And I'm not sure if you're the one who does the editing or not, but I really love it. I love your videos, your favorite thing, your fun with favorites videos. I love that. They're so fun.
Thank you so much. I do film and edit those myself. The ones that are more like professional music videos, I outsource those sometimes. But I mean, the ones that are just me talking to the camera, I'm like, I don't need to make anybody else go through this footage. I'll do it myself.
Right. I totally get it. Now, you also have a video that I just couldn't stop watching, and it's you and Kyle Reynolds singing the Nick Jonas song Chainsaw. And you and Kyle seem like you're really good friends, by the way, and he seems like a kick in the butt to be around as well. So I want to know how that all came about, because you two do a really, really, really great version of that song. I love it. I think it's great. I think the emotion that you deliver in that video is just spot on, and I just think it was a really, really well done video.
Thank you so much. I actually, well, first of all, love Kyle. He's great. He's so talented too. And he just recently, within a year, moved to Nashville. He's from California.
Okay.
I heard this Nick Jonas song and couldn't stop listening to it, and I was just felt like I had to do it, and I wanted to do it in a different take as opposed to just me singing it by myself. So I was like, well, how would this be as a duet? So I just kind of arranged what the parts were, and I thought Kyle's voice would sound great on it. So I texted him, and he was like, heck yeah, like, I'll do that. So we did it, and it was fun. And it's no pressure with that kind of thing. It's just us creating music together, and it's fun to film. I love acting, too, so I love being on camera. So
well, it definitely worked. And you know what? And I've heard that before. When you make a music video, it is definitely acting, right? So I mean, you do it extremely well. So kudos to you on that, because, I know that that's kind of one of those things that not all artists are comfortable with. So I'm glad that you are, and it definitely shows that you are, because you make it look effortless, really. So that's definitely a good thing to see. And I want to talk about your debut EP. I want to know your direction and your thought process in choosing all of your songs, because it seems to have a common theme, and I want you to explain that to everybody.
Well, like I said, am influenced by lots of different things, and I kind of just keep being real in the sense of I go through everyday things, but it haven't always been easy with relationships for me. Like, I've only had one serious relationship, and I've spent a lot of that time thinking like, oh, when is somebody going to want to be in a relationship with me and all this stuff.
Right.
And so there's a song on the EP that's called My Turn, and it is about, like, when is it my turn to be in a relationship? And it's kind of the reality of, everybody's so happy around me in these relationships, and that's great. I'm happy for them, but it's like, I want that. And I don't know. I just like to call things out and show the reality of what the situations are, and any negative people in your life. Like, I've tried to go through and cut those people out and just really surrounding myself with people around me that are boosting me and not bringing me down. Like one of the songs, Down Boy.
Nice. And I think that's great, because when you surround yourself with people who are going to uplift you, if you yourself are committed to lifting and inspiring, others, which I know that you are. I read that in your bio. I think that's really great, and I think that the world needs more of that. And I mean, there's already so much negative going on, and quick shout out to right now, and just prayers to everybody in Florida, right? And Christina Grimmie, and prayers for all the families and friends that have been affected, by these tragedies in Florida. And, I think what you're doing is so important to continue to lift and inspire others, because especially young women, the world is very harsh, very cruel for a lot of young women. So to have someone like you who's like stepping up, and I'm going to surround myself with positive people so that I can continue to be a positive example for people, that is great. So thank you for that, because you are doing society a service right now,
Well, there is that's absolutely prayers for everybody involved. But I feel like for me as an artist, I don't want to just put out music for the sake of putting it out for the art. Like, I do want to give people hope and have it be like, yeah, things might be not great right now, and I'm not going to try to pretend like it's great, but the reality is it is going to get better, and that's so awesome that we can know that, and then that just helps you get through the situation. And if I can help coming from the other side to show a young girl, like, yeah, things might not make sense right now, you might feel really lonely, but it's okay, and things are going to be so good on the other side.
Right. No, and that's great. And I know that many people are going to benefit from that too, because for whatever reason, there's always that feeling. People think, well, these celebrities, these musicians, these artists, they have it easy. They have money. They have this easy job. They don't have to work hard. And it's like, whoa, that is so not the case at all. People are still people, and people still have problems. And the fact that they're being acknowledged, I think is a wonderful thing. So thank you. And I also want to talk about how you even got started in music, because you're pretty young and you won this grand prize in a singing competition that you played for 1,500 people at 8 years old. What was that like for you?
Well, I was singing since I was in preschool. Loved it. I was doing like school talent shows and stuff. I was in musicals at school. And then I was in this summer camp that was called Next Stop Broadway. And so they did Next Stop Broadway Idol this year that I was there. And oh my gosh, was I obsessed with Hillary Duff. So everything, I had like so much merch and all of this. And I found out about this Idol thing. So I just auditioned with Hillary Duff song. And I was 8 at the time, and I ended up getting to sing in front of 1,500 people, and my parents were in the crowd, and they were freaking out because they were nervous for me, and I didn't really know what I was doing at the time. I don't think. I was just like, I get to get up on the stage and sing. Right. And I got up there, and I just had this feeling of so much love, and I just was working it as an 8-year-old and got off the stage, and my parents tell me, I was like, I want to do it again, I want to do it again. So I caught the bug then, and I started kind of trying to make singing and playing guitar more prevalent and working on that craft. And then we moved to Nashville when I was 12, and I started writing really at 13. I would write they were little jingles or choruses based off of Barbie movies when I was little that I didn't know was like writing a song, but they were just little pieces. And then I wrote my first real structured song at 13, already living in Nashville, and then I loved it and just kept working on it, and here I am.
Well, that's incredible. Your parents must be so super proud of you. I mean, that's great. And, a lot of kids have those dreams, but then they just kind of like fizzle and fade, and not every, parent has the ability to support them the way that they need, or, financially, or, move, not every parent is willing to move to the area where their kid needs to be to get their dream, so to make it real. And that's great that your parents have supported you and that you're living in a town where it's actually, music is so huge in Nashville, and it's all genres of music that are huge. I mean, it's just, there's so many executives, so many, labels, so many people in the industry are centered in Nashville. So that's a great place for you. Have you had a lot of those big scary meetings too? Because I always imagine that's got to be really hard, and at a young age, like I can't imagine going through that.
Yeah, well, and for my parents, like they're both so driven and business minded. Like they own their own companies, and I've had so much support from them and have learned so much from them. So it truly is such a blessing that I have gotten the support from them that I have, and they're fully wanting me to live out my dream, and so it's awesome. But yeah, meetings are just as scary as they seem.
Right?
It's so vulnerable to go in, and especially in Nashville, it's very much, they kind of want to see if you can play live and not just like listening to your music. And which still, I mean, they're sitting in the room, you have somebody staring at you pretty much while they're listening to your music. I mean, it's still pretty frightening. But then playing it for one person or two people, to me, is so much harder than playing in front of like 1,000 people, because you can see their reactions.
Right.
And it's kind of uncomfortable sometimes. But, I mean, you do what you got to do, but they are pretty intimidating.
Definitely. Well, that is why I'm not where you are, and plus the fact I was not blessed with a great singing voice at all. But, no, that's the one thing that, man, I got to give you credit, because that seems really scary to me. And I tend to not want to do the really scary things, and I tend to just kind of close up. So the fact that I get to talk to all of the artists that are much braver than I am, I just have this feeling of, wow, you guys are so great, and you're so brave, and I just admire that so much, because really I am so not that girl. I just could never. I've got such a fear of rejection. It's ridiculous. And I know that the music industry is brutal, and I've heard the horror stories, and I'm like, the fact that you get up and you just do what you got to do, and you face everything you have to face, whether it goes well or not, I mean, credit to you. I can't even imagine. Credit to you, 100%.
Well, you have such great people skills. It's so hard for me to believe that you would not do well in that situation.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm a coward.
You seem like you will dominate. You'd be great.
Oh, you're awesome. I love chatting with people, and I love talking and all of that, but when I feel that pressure, I feel like I'm going to crumble. The most pressure I can handle is a deadline on an article. Like, that's good. I'm good with that. But no, people do scare me a little bit. I guess, being afraid to be told no is kind of harsh, but if you don't go for it, right?
Scary.
It is. And I get it too. If you absolutely don't go for it, you're sealing your own fate and telling yourself no and not giving them the opportunity to say yes. So, I know if push came to shove, I could do it, but I'm just saying it's kind of scary. So I got to give you credit, because, I know it's scary, but. So what else do you have coming up? I want everybody to follow you. I know you have all kinds of social media because I've sort of been stalking you. But
I love it.
Well, I've been I'm telling you, I've just been sharing you with everybody. And one of my favorite PR people, her name is Dakota Lindstrom. Oh my God, I love her to death. And so we were getting ready to do one of our interviews with the amazing Ty Herndon, who I absolutely adore. And while we were waiting for our turn, we were showing her and one of the other gals your video, and we were just all loving it. We just all think it's great. And man, I just know big, huge things are coming up for you. So I want to know right now what you have coming up that we can talk about for the fans.
Well, I'm just so excited because I'm finally proud of a collection of work, and it just finally feels like me. And I mean, it didn't come about totally the way that I expected because I have 6 different producers on a 6-song EP. So
wow.
It's like there are lots of different, and those are just the producers, so many different writers. Because I did just last minute add a song. There's something. I'm finishing recording it on Monday. So there's going to be a 6th song on the EP instead of 5 songs.
Yay.
But yeah, I'm just so excited to be releasing this music in the next couple months. I'm going to do a couple more singles over the summer, and then EP should come out early September.
That's perfect.
I'm very excited, and I am really trying to do a lot more with YouTube right now too, because I just want to come up with cool content that people like, and I'm going out to LA, going to do some collaborations, so I'm just
nice.
I just want to have a summer full of lots of content because it's so fun, and I just want to have lots of it because there's been a while where there wasn't a lot going on. So
absolutely,
lots of creativity and more writing.
When you come out to LA, will you be performing anywhere, or is it just coming out for the collaboration and working?
It's going to be mainly working. I don't have any shows set up. There might be one, but I still don't have the dates yet, so I have a feeling it's going to be mainly writing.
Okay.
But I definitely want to get out there and play a show soon.
For sure. Well, because I'm really close to LA. I'm in Huntington Beach. So when you come
we'll
out,
have to get together.
Yes, when you come out, you have to let me know. And even if it's, even if you're not like doing a show or whatever, and you want to grab coffee or you want to have a beach day, I am all for it. So definitely.
Well, I'm obsessed with coffee, so I'm
my God, me too. See, you're my people. I knew it.
Yes. Yes.
I drink so much coffee, it's ridiculous, but I'm like, I love it so much. It's like my blood type is coffee. Just like the sign. I absolutely love it. Love it so much. So I don't know why I just went off on that, but yes, I do. I love coffee, and I'm glad that you love it too. So coffee date it is. That would be great.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time, and anything that you have coming up, even if, you discover something, 2 weeks from now or whatever, I don't care. If you have anything coming up that you want us to promote, let us know. And I will make sure that it gets out on all of our media channels as well, so that we can, generate some more buzz for you. But definitely you're going to kill it. I can't wait for your EP to come out. Do you have a name for it yet? Or no?
It's going to be called My Turn.
My Turn. Okay, perfect. So
yes.
Perfect. I can't wait.
Because it's my turn to release an EP.
Right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Well, we will make sure that everybody stays tuned for that to come out, hopefully early September. You don't have any setbacks, and it just comes out when it's supposed to, because I can't wait. I want to hear everything. So, but for now, everybody can follow you on YouTube. You have some great videos on there. You have a lot of videos on there, and they need to watch your Not a Hipster video, because really it is so much fun. I can't even stand it. It's so much fun. But and yeah, man, until next time, anything you have, just let us know, and I can't wait to hear everything that you have coming up beyond that. And just thank you so much for taking the time. And
thank you so much. I'm so glad I got to do this. Yeah, so much coming soon, and I will definitely keep you in the loop. And we will get a coffee date when I go out to LA.
All right. Sounds good. Well, until then, you have an awesome night, and we will talk to you soon.
Thank you so much. You too. Thanks, guys.
Bye.